In the studio with me right now, we had an opportunity earlier to talk to some young ladies that are doing this, but in the studio with me right now, I have two young ladies who are going to be part of the 10th annual KHTS Sacramento trip. This is taking place March 16th and 17th. So ladies, welcome to the studio. Thank you for being here today. I'm going to ask a couple questions first, and we're going to walk you through, this whole exciting thing. Tell me your name and how old you are and what grade you're in.
Hi, my name is Jenny Hernandez. I'm 11th grade and I'm 17 years old. I'm from SCVI and I'm also a student ambassador.
Nice. And?
My name is Sydney Crosman. I'm 17 years old. I'm in 11th grade at SCVI Charter School.
All right. So now you young ladies have an opportunity to go on this trip. This is through one of our sponsors, the California Credit Union, that's made this possible. And let me ask you, Jenny, what are you most looking forward to on the Sacramento trip?
I'm most looking forward to being in the room with all the most important people in California making these decisions for us. Right.
Now, let me ask you, have you ever been to the state capitol?
No, I have not.
So it's actually very, very beautiful, and I think you're going to enjoy it. In addition to being surrounded by great, great leaders and great, great minds, I think you're also going to love the beauty there. Sydney, what are you most looking forward to?
I've never been up there before, so I really want to see what it looks like and how things work, and I want to go up there with an open mind and be able to learn whatever's presented to us.
Now, in addition to having the opportunity to learn from some of the politicians, administrators, and other state leaders when you go there, let me ask you, Jenny, what are you hoping to learn about? Is there any particular subject you're hoping to hear about? Besides just the way they run things there, is there any topic or any subject you were hoping they will cover?
Yes, I would be probably most interested in the immigration.
Okay. Now, let me ask you, I always wonder, because in the state capitol, there's a lovely old elevator with an elevator operator. He sits and he takes everyone where they need to go. Let's say, Jenny, you are in the elevator and you're there with some very, very important politician, administrator, or one of our state leaders, and you have about 30 seconds for that old elevator to go to where it needs to be. You have an opportunity to ask a question. You have this one shot. What would you ask about that subject?
I would ask them what they thought from you're having children here that are born here in California and America, and what do they think about that while their parents are not proper citizens?
Okay, very, very good question to ask, and hopefully they'll walk off the elevator with you and continue their answer and not just give you a short answer. Sydney, what is the subject you are hoping most to learn about there on the Senate floor or in the buildings and in the different opportunities in passing with the different leaders?
I'm really interested about education and how they decide what you learn in the schools.
Now, if you two were in that elevator for that moment with some very important person, what would be your moment? What would you want to speak to them about privately?
Mainly, what's the deciding factor of what's the value of something for students to learn in school?
Or like what do they think is like a top priority? Mm-hmm. Now, when you have this opportunity to go, in addition to meeting all of the people there in Sacramento, you're going to be traveling with some of our finest leaders here in our community. We have business leaders, religious leaders, and political leaders here. You're going to be on a bus for a long time with some of our people, movers and shakers here in the Valley. If you had an opportunity to discuss some Santa Clarita issues in particular, now on this long bus drive, let me ask you, Jenny, is there anything that you would want to address about Santa Clarita specifically?
Yes, especially our water drought.
Okay, the drought. This is something that it's impacting all of us and our future. So very good. If you had, Sydney, an opportunity to talk about something very specific to the Santa Clarita Valley?
I would go with the drought, too, and a lot of the things with the parks and public lands.
Okay. Now, both of you're both in the 11th grade. You're looking with an eye to get out of school before we know it and move on to the next phase of your life. Sydney, what are your plans?
I want to hopefully go into film, video, or photography.
Oh, very nice. And what about you, Jenny?
I would like to major in biology and minor in Kingsology, and after college pursue MD.
Well, I wish you both the best of luck on this trip to Sacramento. Safe travels, and I look forward to hearing you come home and tell me what you learned from all of those fabulous leaders up there in Sacramento on the 10th annual Sacramento trip. Thanks, ladies, for being here.
Thank you.